present and past forms of verbs. In this module, you will learn what verbs are and how they are written in present and past forms. A verb is a word that tells us what somebody or something does. In other words, a verb describes an action. Drive, flow, ring, fly, and read are all examples of verbs. A verb also tells us the time of an action. That is, the action takes place at present or has already taken place in the past. Consider the sentences "The tap drips" and "The tap dripped yesterday." Can you identify the verbs in each of these? In the sentence, "The tap drips," the verb is drips. The verb drips refers to an action that occurs at present, so it is said to be in the present tense. In the sentence, "The tap dripped yesterday," the verb is dripped. The verb dripped refers to an action that occurred yesterday, that is, in the past. So, it is said to be in the past tense. To show that a verb is in the present tense, the verb is used as it is, or an s or es is added to it. Here is the table showing some examples. I sleep. You sleep. He or she sleeps. I sing. You sing. He or she sings. I go. You go. He or she goes. I do. You do. He or she does. To show that a verb that ends in y is in the present tense, the verb is used as it is, or the y at the end of the verb is replaced with ies. Here are some examples. I cry. You cry. He or she cries. I try. You try. He or she tries. To form the past tense of a verb, ed is usually added to the verb. Consider the verb call. If we add ed to it, we get its past tense, which is called. Similarly, on adding ed to the verb walk, we get the past tense, which is walked. Here are some more examples. In certain verbs, while adding ed to form their past tense, their last letter is doubled. For example, on adding ed to the verb knit, we get the past tense of the verb as knitted. Similarly, on adding ed to the verb drop, we get the past tense of the verb as dropped. Notice that in both the cases, the last letters of the verbs have been doubled. If a verb ends in E, only a D is added to form its past tense. For example, only D is added to the verb love to form its past tense loved. Similarly, D is added to the verb hate to get its past tense hated. Here is how you can change the tense of a verb that ends in S or ES from the present to the past. Drop the S or ES and add D or ED to the verb. For example, for verbs in present tense that end in Y or IES, the past tense is formed by replacing the Y or the IES with IED. For example, try or tries becomes tried. Cry or cries becomes cried. Fry or fries becomes fried. There are certain verbs whose past tense is not formed by adding D or ED but in a different way. This table shows some such verbs: present, stand or stands; past, stood; present, write or writes; past, wrote; present, teach or teaches; past, taught; present, read or reads; past, read; present, send or sends; past, sent; present, tell or tells; past, told; present, give or gives; past, gave; present, eat or eats; past, ate; present, go or goes; past, went; present, buy or buys; past, bought. In this module, you have learnt the following. A verb is a word that describes an action and its time of occurrence. To show that a verb is in the present tense, the verb is used as it is, or an S or ES is added to it. To show that a verb that ends in Y is in the present tense, the verb is used as it is, or the Y at the end of the verb is replaced with IES. To form the past tense of a verb, ED is usually added to the verb. In certain verbs, while adding ED to form their past tense, their last letter is doubled. If a verb ends in E, only a D is added to form its past tense. To change the tense of a verb that ends in S or ES from present to past, the s or es at the end is replaced with d or ed. For verbs in present tense that end in y or ies, the past tense is formed by replacing the y or the ies with ied. The past tense of certain verbs is formed in an entirely different way.